Hi, I'm Joelle Hunter, the executive chef here at Let's Eat. I'm going to show you how to assemble beef in a brandy cream sauce today. This is a fantastic twist on maybe something you're familiar with, like beef stroganoff. We start with cubed beef shoulder tender. This is really similar to beef tenderloin. You never know the difference. It's a really tender, flavorful beef. What we're going to add to this is a tablespoon of olive oil, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper, so that when you take it home to sear it, all you're going to have to do is throw it in a pan. You're not going to have to add any oil to that pan. Even you don't even have to have any spices. So in goes the salt and pepper. I'm going to seal that bag up. You can see everything in there. Give it a quick little massage just to get the oil and the spices distributed. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce. So we're going to start with a fresh Ziploc bag right in the cylinder, and this recipe calls for 3 cups of fresh sliced mushrooms, which seems like a lot of mushrooms, but when it cooks down, it's not as much as you think. So there's 1, 2, 3. Also going to add a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Bang that out into my thing. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard, just for that nice little bite. Our secret ingredient, which is fresh chopped dill. This is just one of those things that adds such a flavor burst to it. This recipe just isn't the same without it. So nice fresh chopped dill goes in there. Some chopped shallots, which are a little bit milder than onions. That goes in there. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Remember, this is beef in a brandy cream sauce. Not exactly locale, but delicious. I'm also going to add a cup of beef broth. And you're noticing I'm not even really having to look at what I'm doing because we have everything right here with the measuring cup right next to it. It's completely effortless. And then the last thing that's going to go in is 2 tablespoons of brandy. Now this brandy is going to cook off, and you're not going to get any alcohol content. But if you're worried about your family having brandy in their meal, simply leave it out. That's the highlight of what we do at Let's Eat. If you don't like something, just don't put it in your meal. And I'm sorry, we finished with a tablespoon of paprika, which gives it a nice pinkish kind of color, and paprika has that underlying smoky tone that just gives it a great flavor burst. So the whole sauce right here in the bag, zip that up, and then the last thing I'm going to do is under the station, I'm going to take a bag that our Let's Eat chefs have already pre-cooked egg noodles. We're going to throw these in at the last minute so we have something to serve our beef and sauce over. So we're about to take it home and get it on the stove. Okay, so I'm right back from Let's Eat, where I just assembled beef in a brandy cream sauce. Now this recipe has 3 steps, but they're really simple, so you'll have this dinner on the table in less than 10 minutes. The first thing you want to do is start with a really big pan, because all of this food has to go into this pan. And I've already preheated this pan over about medium-high heat because you want to get a nice sear on your beef. So you remember in the shop we went ahead and already coated the beef with olive oil and salt and pepper. Okay, that's a little hot right there. And stand back when you put the beef in. It's going to splatter a little bit. And I'm just going to saute that beef until it gets nice and golden browned on all sides. And this is one of those times when you decide how you want your beef cooked. If you want it cooked medium rare, you don't cook it as long. If you want it well done, you cook it a little bit longer. And because these beefs are in cubes, if you have somebody in your family who likes it rare, somebody who likes it medium rare, you can take half out during the cooking process so you can accommodate everybody. So I'm going to just let this meat keep going until it's nice and done. Once you get the meat to the desired degree of doneness for your family, the next step is going to be to add that brandy sauce that we made. And again, any alcohol in the brandy is going to cook off during this process, but if you didn't want it, you left it out in the shop. But it does really give it that nice aged kind of oaky flavor. So here goes everything into the pan with the beef, and that's why you need a nice deep pan. Make sure you get every last little mushroom and piece of dill out of there. And you're going to go ahead and saute this just until it's warm. It's going to thicken up a little bit, and the sour cream is going to get all incorporated, and you're going to get a nice, beautiful looking dish. It's going to all smooth out. I'm going to let that go for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then once it's all nice and smooth, the final step is going to be to add the cooked pasta. And we're doing that very last at the very end, just so your pasta stays nice and al dente, doesn't get mushy or anything. But you're going to toss the pasta around that we conveniently pre-cooked for you. You didn't have to get a pot and a colander dirty. That's going right in there too. And you can see how this is filling up the pan. So you don't want to use the skimpy old skillet. And toss that around. It's going to take just a few minutes for the noodles to heat up, but get all the sauce mixed all in, and you'll see the nice little fresh sprigs of dill in there. The meat's looking good. It's got a little bit of a pink color because we put some paprika in. And once it's all hot, incorporated, it's a one-dish meal for your family that they are going to love. We've got egg noodles, mushrooms, a creamy sauce, got those beef tips, and we got it all on the table in less than 10 minutes. And that's the smarter way to do dinner. Let's eat.